As photographers, we are always on the move, and sometimes we don't have access to our laptops or computers, so we have to resort to our phones. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the 5 best apps for photographers in 2021. Let's roll the intro. What's going on, guys? Connor Wells here. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I hope you're all doing safe and well. And like I said at the intro, we are talking about the 5 best apps for photographers to use on the daily basis. I use these apps pretty much every day, and I've used these apps for over 4 or 5 years now, and I absolutely swear by them. These are some of my favorite apps to use. They're not just useful, but they're also really user-friendly and easy to use. So we're going to start with number 1, and I think that is pretty much an obvious one, and that is Lightroom. To be honest, when I think about it, I don't know any other sort of photo editing apps, for the, where you can add presets, you can really sort of mess around with the photo and give it a really distinctive look. I think Lightroom is the staple photo editing app, whether you're using it on your desktop or you're using it on your phone. The Lightroom Mobile app is absolutely amazing. It's got so many of the features that you've already got on the desktop version. Now, I guess controversial opinion, some people like it, some people don't. I use Lightroom CC, I don't use Lightroom Classic. Lightroom CC has just got some really good features. The interface is much more easy to understand, and it's pretty much the same with the mobile app. You've got all your presets that you've got on the Lightroom desktop that you can, chuck on if you're in a rush, and you've got access to all your photos if you're using Lightroom CC, because it's all cloud-based. So if you're using the CC version, everything that you've edited and uploaded to that desktop version and the mobile version, it sort of syncs in between. So it's like a cloud-based storage, and you've got access to all of that. It's such a great app. There's so many times where I've taken a photo on my camera and I think, yeah, I want to post that to Instagram, so I download it from my camera onto my phone, chuck it into Lightroom, make my adjustments, add a preset, get it how I like it, and then chuck it straight onto Instagram. It is so handy. Absolutely quick and simple. Bosh, done. This next app is called Unfold. I get quite a few messages from people every week asking me, how do you make your Instagram stories? They look so cool. What templates, what apps are you using? And I tell them, it's this app called Unfold. I first discovered this in a Unbox Therapy video where Lou from Unbox Therapy was going over Peter McKinnon's phone and going and seeing what apps he was using, and he spoke about Unfold, and it's how he makes his Instagram stories. And I've been using it ever since. It just makes them look really professional. If you've got a photo set of portraits that you've recently completed with, a family, a product, a model, whatever you've been shooting, you've got so many customizable portraits from like Polaroids, ripped paper, digital, some really sort of minimal classic ones. They even did like some templates for the VMAs, which are amazing. Like some of these apps, they're not all free, but I pay £2.99 a month, £2.99 a month to have all the features. You get custom fonts, stickers, GIFs, all sorts. It is amazing. Highly recommend this app. And I forgot to say at the intro, all of the apps I mention in this video will be linked in the description below. So yeah, check out Unfold if you want to really up your Instagram story game. This next app I've been using for about 5 years for my social media posts and my branded content, and just keeping my brand consistent, and that is Canva. I think every creative person has heard of Canva. So many people have made videos about it. There's just so many amazing features and templates for that. If you want to make a YouTube thumbnail, you've got templates for that. If you want Instagram posts, granted I don't really post square photos on Instagram, but you've got, templates for square Instagram posts, Facebook posts, YouTube channel art, everything is there, and it's all sort of custom dimensions, it's all the right file sizes, so you don't have to worry about a file being too big for upload. It is amazing. I pay £10 a month for it, so I can have unlimited features. You can remove backgrounds from photos. It's just so useful. It's where I make all my YouTube thumbnails. Occasionally I'll make a few Instagram stories on there. It's really versatile and highly recommend it, and very easy to use. Unlike apps like Photoshop, yes, I do use Photoshop, but for beginners and people who just want to start out, Canva is a great starting point and highly recommend it. I still use it to this day. This next app, if you want to give your photos a little bit of, a little bit something extra, a little bit of kick, I recommend this app, and it's called Lens Distortions. If you're going out and taking photos, you're anticipating a nice snowy day, you can get those wintry theme for that grid. You get to the place and it doesn't snow. Worst feeling ever. So you go into Lens Distortions and you can add snow, you can add a lens flare, you can add an eclipse, you can really change the look and feel of the photo. If you want some fog, if you want some rain, some shimmers, some particles in your photo, you can add it all there in Lens Distortion. It is amazing app. There's been many times where I think this photo is just missing something, so I add a lens flare or some sort of like anamorphic thing. It's so useful. It just really sort of ups those photos, that sort of from that 99% to that 100%. It's great. You can add snow. Take this photo, for example, that I'm showing you here. This was in Dumbo in New York, and we traveled all the way to Brooklyn. I wanted to get that iconic photo of the two red buildings, Brooklyn Bridge in the middle. That typical photo you've got to get. And I wanted to add some snow to it. There was snow all over the ground. It snowed pretty much every day we're in New York. That time it wasn't snowing, so I chucked my photo after I edited it in Lightroom, chucked it into Lens Distortions, scrolled through whichever sort of snow template I wanted, and there we go. I got snow in my photo, and it looks super realistic. This last app is one that I don't use too often this last year, because it's very good for sort of if you're traveling, and that is called Spots. And no, I am not talking about my skin after Christmas. That was not fun. This app is called Spots. Spots, it's tricky to explain. I haven't used it at all this year simply because we can't really travel, but it's sort of like a geo map for amazing photography spots and locations around the world. You've got so many different cities. You've got here Amsterdam, Bangkok, Barcelona. So I'm going to go take it a little bit closer to home, and I'm going to click on London, and you've got this map of all these amazing, photography spots, places to get incredible shots that you can go to do, all uploaded there by photographers. It is an incredible app. Like, I've used this quite a few times when I'm in London to scout out locations. So if you want the best spot for viewing the Gherkin, you've got this photo submitted by a photographer, and it will tell you how to get there, the best sort of time of day. It is amazing, and it's all sort of mapped out. So if you're, say, in Camden Market, you can figure out where you want to go and what's local to you. So here we go. I'll scroll down to Piccadilly Circus, where Chinatown sort of is, and you've got spots in Chinatown. It's such a great app. So there you go. There's Chinatown, and a place and sort of inspiration to get a nice photo in London. And it's all around the world. You've got pretty much all the major cities: Montreal, New York. Oh, I wish I tested that out when I was in New York. You've got Prague, Santiago, Shanghai. Like, once traveling is up again, I'm hopefully planning to do a lot of traveling this year. I'm going to be making the most of that app called Spots. So there we have it, guys. Those are my 5 favorite apps and the 5 best apps for photographers in 2021. Let me know if there's any apps that you use that you think I should check out, and if you enjoyed these apps, let me know in the comments below what you thought of them. Thank you very much for watching. If we're just meeting, my name is Connor Wells. I am a freelance photographer, videographer, and podcast producer. You can check out my portfolio and my work on connorwells.com. And whilst you're on my website, you can also head over to my store and check out my Lightroom presets. These are my first ever preset pack that I released last year. These are what I use to edit my photos. So yeah, check them out and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you next week. Stay safe, peace and love. See ya.